Hello again, a very warm welcome to you all. My name is Deni Kay and I'm here today with a bottle of Michel Couvreur Peated Overaged. This is a limited release and it is actually an extra strength at 46% ABV because the normal Overaged is only at 43% ABV. But when I say only, it's still absolutely delicious. I also have a bottle of the Blossoming next to me, and the reason I have that is because I think that there may be some, single malt Scotch purists or fans out there that perhaps haven't delved into the world of Michel Couvreur, and I think that they absolutely should, especially if you like sherry matured whiskey. Look no further. Now, this is a bottle that I have sitting on my shelf, and you'll notice that you really can't see the bottle. You'll also notice that there are some lovely things floating around in the top there, right? And that's quite simply just sediment. That is flavor. That is fantastic, right? So for the purists out there, you'll know that whatever is in the cask goes straight into this bottle because you can see all of the lovely things that are floating around up the top. And we love that, right? Because we know that there's been nothing at all that's been added to this. And even for this particular one here as well, right? Very much the same. Very, very dense, lovely color. You know that this has not been chill filtered because you can barely see through it. It is really, really hazy. I'll stop harping on about that. But in terms of the color, once again, really hazy. A very deep bronze color on that. As I said, this is the peated version of the Overaged. The Overaged is one that I've reviewed before. I absolutely adore it. I'll almost always have a bottle of it open in my whiskey cabinet. I'm going to go through this. I'll talk to you a little bit more about the producer, which I've done in my previous video, but as I said, I'm a big fan, so I'd like to tell you a little bit about what they do in their cask management process. Now, undeniably Overaged, yes, it's peated. When I poured myself the first dram of this is the second pour out of this, and I've given it about maybe half an hour in the glass. I thought that the peat level was rather high. Now, I poured it, I gave it no time because I was really excited to drink it, right? It is a medium type of peat. It's a bit of a lighter peat than I initially thought. You get on the nose the oranges, Seville oranges, orange zest, cherries, some sour cherries, cherry compote, some nuts, dried fruits, chocolate, coffee, little bits of leather. Fantastic nose with some of that complementary peat as well. Very, very rich and dense nose. %46 is the right level for this. The normal Overaged should be at 46%, not at 43%, in my opinion. If you had to put the price up, a tiny bit to justify that, I think that would still be okay. Not that I'm asking for the price to go up, because I think at 46% probably attracts some new drinkers to this as well, because absolutely fantastic. I'm talking about the normal Overaged here because this is already at 46%, but what you're getting there is very much what I said on the nose. It's very, very rich. You're getting all of those fruits that I mentioned earlier, and also some red berries. So the oranges, the Seville oranges, the nuts that I mentioned earlier as well, the cherries, sour cherries, some cherry syrup, cherry compote, also some nuts there, mocha. It is absolutely fantastic. I really do enjoy that. And then there's that smoke there. Now, the smoke for me is a rather dry smoke, and maybe I'm used to the normal Overaged, but I do prefer it to this. The smoke would probably be rather welcome if you are a peated whiskey fanatic in comparison, right? But I think that it actually takes away a little bit from this. So I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 because of that. It's still good. I would still recommend that you try it. If you haven't tried neither, this is a limited edition. You won't be able to always find it, but I would still say that the Overaged is fantastic and should be an absolute staple in your whiskey cabinet. One of the things that I mentioned earlier is a little bit about their cask management process. I did talk about in my previous video, which you could go back to, so I don't want to harp on it, but Michel was a big believer that the cask is the most important part of really that whiskey process, or the production process. I'm talking about distillation all the way through to bottling, right? So current cellar master Jean, he continues in that same vein, and they have access to some absolutely glorious old casks from some sherry bodegas that they're able to mature their whiskey in, which is why if you are a sherry bomb fan or someone who loves whiskey that has that sherry influence, as I said, look no further, because this will absolutely tick every single box that you have there. So there you have it. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. A lower score than the normal Overaged, but still a very lovely whiskey. I think as I work my way through this bottle, I'd probably bump it up to a 7.5, because I think that I'll probably start to enjoy it a lot more as the time goes on. It's still very early on, but I've enjoyed it for what it is very much. So thank you very much once again. Cheers to you. Till next time.